to the client administration topic. So in the client administration, so client creation, logical system creations, the naming convention of the logical systems, and also we know how to log into the newly created client. Suppose if you create the new client, then how to log into the newly created client with SAP star with the pass is the password, but how to enable it. So there is a parameter we have to change it. Then how to change the parameter RG10, RG11. Okay, so why these two? One is the static and second one is the dynamic. So static means permanent, you need to restart the system. Dynamic means it's a temporary, you don't need to restart the system. So when you restart, the changes will last. Okay, that is the difference. Any system configuration, if you want to change, we can use the this one. Sorry. Either profile parameter changes, you can use it. By default, you will get the default configuration from SAP. After that, you have to adjust it. When you purchase the home, builder will build the like their own configurations. Then after that, you will partition it, you will do some other adjustments and everything, right? So that's what the using the profiles and parameters concept, we can change the system configurations to the your own customization, right? Your own configuration values, we can change it, right? So that is the one thing here. So, okay, we are discussing about the client copies here. As part of the client copies here, so we have the local client copy we discussed. Then, so local client copy means locally copying the data from one system to within the system, one client to another client. But remote client copy is between two systems and between two clients, between two systems and between two clients to copy the data, to copy the data. Simple, very simple concept, which means SCC9 is the transaction code here for that remote client copy. So very simple means what is the simple here, which means sending the movie or sending the song or sending the document from my mobile to your mobile. You are the one system, your mobile phone is the one system, my mobile phone is the one system. So then sending the document to the from your mobile phone to my mobile phone. That is called the remote client copy. Between two systems, between two clients to transfer the data, you need the remote client copy. So, but I want to transfer my mobile, one of the document is there. I want to transfer to you. Sir, we have the multiple waves, right? So then, but old way is the Bluetooth connectivity, right? Old way, we are established that we have to establish the connectivity first, right? Connectivity first, we have to establish it. Then we can transfer the data. So here also, between the systems, so I was like, this is the NP1, this is the NWV system. Suppose these are the two systems, but data is there here. I want to transfer this data to the here. Then how can I do that one, right? So I want to transfer the data from here to here. I want to transfer. Then how can I do that one? So in this case, first of all, between two systems, between two clients, right? Any client. So, but I want to transfer the data. But before transferring the data, first of all, you need to establish a connectivity, right? You need to establish the connectivity. That is called the connectivity part you need to establish. So that's why the one more subtopic will work. The connectivity creation, the topic is called so RFC administration part. RFC administration part. RFC means remote function call. To call the function remotely. To call the remote function remotely here. Okay. That is the remote function call. Remotely call the function here. So this is the one and this is the one client here. So first of all, establish connectivity is required here, right? Connectivity is required here. The connectivity is required here. The connecting the systems here. The connectivity is very, very important here. Connecting to the from one to another here, right? So how the connectivity will happen here, right? So connectivity will happen here in the system here, right? So connectivity. So there is a transaction code in SAP. So suppose same as like one city to another city, if you want to transfer something, definitely the connectivity is required. This is the Hyderabad, this is the Bangalore. If you want to transfer something, then there is a road connectivity, air connectivity, maybe water connectivity if you want to transfer. So the connectivity is required, right? Similar way here also, we need the connectivity between two systems, the connectivity is required. So using the SM59 transaction code, we can perform the this connectivities. We can perform the connectivity here. So go to the SM59 is the transaction code here. Go to SM59 is the transaction code. I want to establish the connectivity from NP1 to NWB. So go to the SM59 is the transaction code to configuring the connections here, right? So here we can see, so there are the types of connections are there here. There are the types of connections are there here. Types of connections here. Suppose you want to establish the connectivity from SAP to SAP. So means city to city, city to village, city to town, city to some other village, some other uh, different lower and upper. So maybe we can establish the connectivities here. Multiple ways to we can establish the connectivities here, right? So only SAP to SAP? No. SAP to non-SAP, SAP to HTTP sites, SAP to other sites, non-SAP, third party, program ID. They are the multiple ways we can establish. So above connections, which means SAP to SAP connectivity. So SAP to SAP connectivity, we have to establish the connectivity here, SAP to SAP. So internal connection, system internally will use the connection between the programs and everything. TCP IP connection, if you want to establish the connectivity, so non-SAP, third party systems, non-SAP, Documentum, bank servers, Ariba. So suppose that time we can use the, so this TCP IP connectivities, you can use it here. Internal connections, HTTP connections, there the connections are there here. Suppose, so suppose you want to establish the connectivity to the NWV. NWV. So what is that connection name? So what is the connection above to above system? That is also above system. Then so just type the description anything here. Here the mainly here two tabs we need to fill it out. Technical systems tab. Technical system tab means here technical system. So technical system means here. So what is the target host? Target host. What is the target host? Then what is the target instance number? Right? Target host and instance number means your NWB instance number 00, right? 00. Then you can just type the 00 here, right? So those two things are enough here. So target host and target instance number. Go to the logon security, right? So what is the language you want to connect it? What is the client you want to connect it here? So then what is the user you want to connect it? What is the password? Why? Because connect just to establish connectivity, then connection is created. Just do the connection test here, then connection test is working. In the 8 milliseconds, you got the results. Suppose if you do the mistake here, something like you wrongly mentioned the something host name, then when you wrongly maintained the host name here, right? Just click on the connection test here, it will be failed now. It will be failed now. If you do some mistake here, it will be failed here. It's an unknown host. So host is not correct. Host is down, something like that. You will get the error message, connection error you will get here, which means connection is not working. Connection is kind of a tunnel pipe. Now pipe is broken. If the pipe is broken, then how can you transfer the water from so one flow to another one end to another end, right? It's not possible, right? So that's the reason while establishing the connectivity here, you are the all the connections are there here. Here you can see. So then in this case, go to the edit mode, then correct the connection here, right? So okay, this is connecting, but how you will place the data inside of the that server, that another target server? Definitely, if you want to connect it, definitely there is a user is required, right? Definitely there is a user is required here. So in NP1 you are creating, definitely there is a user is required. Let me see what is the client you want to connect it. Suppose you want to connect to the 200 client, right? You want to place the some data into the 200 client. What is the user? Suppose like DDIC. So let me see. Just forget the password of the DD means target. So the user should be authorized, right? The user should be authorized. Then use the connection test is okay. So then what about the authorization test? Authorization test here. There is a authorization test here. Authorization test. So, but authorization test is failed. Why? Because the password which you maintained here is not correct. Maybe that user is not exist. I don't know. But let me see. But the passwords first here. NWP 200 SAP store. Okay, this is working. But what about the password? Basis is there. Fine. Basis user is there. Basis is there. Copy. Then do the connection test here. Test connection test also working. Right? So you can see connection test also working. Which is coming like this means the test is working. So connection test, authorization test is working. So which means so this is able to transfer the data. This is able to transfer the data from one to another here. So any system, this work is common here. Either S4 or CRM or ECC, any system, this flow is common. This flow is common here, right? So connecting between the administration part here. So remote function call. So which means we want to transfer the data to the here. So you should the data should pass to via this connection to via this connection to in this here. But connectivity is okay. But which user should be authorized here? Should gateway should be allowed, right? Then which user? Then the user ID password we have to maintain in the RFC destinations part. RFC destinations part we have to maintain here, right? So that is what we need to, so this we need to tell here, right? So now this is the connectivity. So not only connecting to the SAP to SAP, SAP to non-SAP also here. Suppose like take the connection type here. I want to send some data to the, I want to send some data to the some external servers like so Google. I want to send the data to the Google. So Google required some data. Then you need to establish the some connectivity here, right? So then what you can do, target host, what is the Google host name? www.google.com. What is the instance number? 80 is the by default instance number. Save it, right? So save it here. Then do the connection test. Then connection should get the pass 200. Okay, connection test is okay. We go to the response. What is the response? You got it. Then you will get the Google home page. You will get the Google home page here. So show the picture. You will get the Google home page. You will get it out the Google home page, but somehow it is not coming. But here you will get the Google home page. Normally when you open the Google home page, so how you will get the Google home page? www.google.com. Same way you will get the Google home page here. Okay. So so which means you are connecting to the Google also. Same way, so same way we can use it here. Same way we can connect it here. So that is the HTTP connections here. HTTP so connection to the SAP to SAP, SAP to other non-SAP systems, program IDs, anything third-party systems, sites, banking sites, or anything we can use for these connections here. There are the multiple types of connections here, right? So connection types here. Got it? So these are the types of connections we can establish to the target here. So this is called the RFC connection here. So coming to the our part here, suppose example, let me log out for all. Okay. So coming to the our part here, so when you see here, I want to transfer the data to the NWV from word source NP1. So how can I do that one, right? So remote function call, remote, it's a remote client copy, right? Remote client copy. Remote client copy means, so between two systems, between two clients to transfer the data. SCC9 is the transaction. But before that, destinations connectivity is very important. Connecting the destinations are very important here, right? So one to another destinations connectivity is very important. Suppose If you want to transfer the data to the NWV, then you need to log into the NWV. So log into the NWV system. Then SCC9 is the transaction code. Then select the destination, select the profile and transfer it. Right? Suppose example, you want to transfer the data to the NWV. Suppose example 200 client. Right? So here go to SM59. First of all, you want to establish the destination. So there is no destination. So a destination to the NP1 system. So destination 3. 3 is the above connections here. Target host. Yeah, online. What is the NP1 instance number? NP1 instance number 02. 0 2. What is the logon user ID and password? Client 001 user basis password. Just maintain the password. So which means I want the target system 001 data to NWV 200 client. Means we want this data. So first we need to establish the connectivity to target to source. Means our client copies are full mechanisms here. Full mechanisms. So full mechanisms here. So which means if you need the water from the well, so what you have to do? Tub, you need to pull the water from the tub, right? So that is the same thing here. We need to go to the target. We need to log in. If you need the data to the here, then you need to log into the here, then execute the this transactions, everything. If you need the data to the here, then you need to log into the NP1. You need to establish the connectivity to the back. Then you need to pull it here. That is the concept here. So now let's check the connectivity test here, right? Connectivity test right here. So it is done. So now what I have to do? So using the SCC9, SCC9 is the transaction code to transfer the data. What data you want to transfer? So I want to transfer only users data. Suppose like users data here. Then what is the destination? NP1 destination. Then schedule as a background job here, right? So then click on the continue. Then background job is scheduled. The log is in the SCC3 here. So in this case, what will happen? Now via this RFC destination, via this RFC destinations here. So there is a one job scheduled here, right? Background job is scheduled. So using the 200 and basis user, it is pulling the data from and NP1 system, NP1 system here. If you log into the NP1 system here, some 50 NP1 system here, there is a, so there is a, if we go to AL08, we can see the one connection from the back, right? One RFC connection. You can see it here, basis user. So who is the user? Basis user, which is coming from the RFC here, right? One RFC connection is established here, right? And also we can go to the SMGW gateway. Why? Because via gateway only that connection will come, right? So go to the logged on clients here, right? One connection will come from that gateway, remote gateway, right? So we can identify how the connection is coming and everything here. So now if we go to the NWV 200 client, if we go to SM37, why? Because the job is running now currently. So it's finished already. So it's a finished, I think. Remote client copy got finished here, NP1. Via destination it is going. So we can check it out. How can we check here? If we go to the SCC3 transaction code, here it will show the remote client copy got, remote client copy, what is the profile and how many tables are copied, all the data we got it here. So we can verify it here. So previously you created the basis one user in the NP1, I guess. Now let's see, same user is exist. Yes, same user is exist. And then more users also we received here, right? Which means the data got copied to the here. So basis one works in the NWV 200 client also, the basis works here, right? So which means remote client copy, remotely copy the data from other system to in the source system here, right? The only thing is the normally ours is the pull mechanism, pulling the data from source. So which means you have to log into the target. from which system, which client you need the data, you need to log in to the that system, that client, you need to pull, you need to establish the connectivity, and you need to pull it out here. So here two things. One is the establishing the connectivity using the SM59 is the transaction code. We can establish the connectivity part. Then connection part means what type of connections? Various connections. But client copy is can only done by using the SAP to SAP only. So SAP to non-SAP we cannot do. Why? Because non-SAP systems, how the clients will pay? There is no clients, right? So that is the reason SAP to SAP only we can transfer the data here. SAP to SAP only we can transfer the data. Okay.
Ravi, so this is just fetching the data, right? I cannot send the data.
Yeah, fetching the data only. So if you want to fetching the data using this RFC destination, you can fetch the data. You cannot send the data here via this
Okay.
RFC connection. So suppose example in SM59 using this RFC connection, you can just fetch the not this one NP1. You can just using this RFC destination, you can fetch the data, and yeah, you can also send the data. Same connection, same tunnel, you can use it to send the data to the target system. Same
It means
data.
we have to request the other instances to log in their system and
No, but if you need the vice versa, suppose like now now NWV you need the data, then you have established the connection to the here, then you are fetching the data from here, but you need some data to send it to the here, then from to here, so not the client data, some other data you want to send it to the here, then you can just push the data to from here to here, you can push it out. But if you want to do the client copies, remote client copy to here, but you want to some data from here to here, client copy data, then you need to log into the NP1 system, then establish the connectivity to the NWV system, then you can pull the data from here to here. So only client copies are the pull mechanisms. Client copies are pull mechanisms here. Pull mechanisms. Remaining all are push mechanisms. Suppose if you want to data to the here, then you can just from here to here, you can push it out, right? So suppose if you want to send the data to the here, then from here to you can establish the destination, you can send it out, right? So that is the push mechanisms, pushing the data. But only client copies are the pull mechanisms. Only local and remote client copies are the pull mechanisms here. Don't get confused. So pull and push, right? You know, right? That meanings pull and push. Push means from here to just you can push the data to the here via destination. Pulling means same destination will be used, just you can pull from here to here, you can pull it out. So same destination. So that is the one. Got it?
yes, okay.
Okay, so that is the, but only client copies are the pull mechanism. Remaining all are the push mechanisms only. In our SAP, remaining all are the push mechanism. If you want to send the data, suppose I have one mobile phone, you have one mobile phone, I want to transfer the data to you, then what we have to do? I want one movie in my mobile, I want to transfer the data to, means first of all, we both have to establish the RFC connection, means Bluetooth connection. That's fine. Then I can just send the data to you from my mobile to your mobile. I can send it to you. That is the push mechanism. I am pushing the data to your mobile phone. You have to accept it. Then that's fine. So that is fine. That we know that everybody normally we will use it in the common day-to-day usages. We will use it. But especially for the client copies, you need the data from me, movie from me. Then what you have to do? You need to establish the connectivity to me, then then you have to pull the data from my side to here, means I don't need to do anything here, everything you have to establish the connectivity, then you are pulling the data from, means the pulling the water from the your tub or bucket. Okay, this is the remote client copy, remotely copying the data from one system to another system, or one system, one client to another system, another client. You can transfer the data, but RFC connection connectivity is required. That's why we discussed about the RFC administration part. RFC administration means remote function call, remotely call the function, remotely pull the data from one to another is called the remote function call here. Okay, so that is the remote function call here. So what about the so remote, one more client copy here. We have the three types of client copy: local, remote, and external. So entire client administration. So we discussed about the SCC4 client creation, logical system creation, sale RBD54, and local client copy, then remote client copy. So then RFC destinations creations, right? So these are the transaction codes for the entire client copy which we are discussing here, right? So SCC4 client creation, then sale is like a sale RBD54, the logical systems creation. L means local client copy. How to remember? Nine means if you turn to right side, this nine R9, right? R9, which means remote client copy. R means remote client copy. So then SM59 RFC administration means creating the connection. Then SCC8. So client export. 8 means E8, E8, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, E8 export, right? Then SCC7, that is called the client import, client export and import method, client export and import method here. So these are the overall transaction codes which we discussed in the client administration here. So what is mean by client export and import here? So client export. So we have remote client copy, and remote client copy is transferring the direct data to the here, that is called the remote client copy, right? Remotely without any mediator. Suppose one city to another city. Suppose like if you want to transfer the data from Hyderabad to Bangalore, then you are only person to transfer the data from here to here, madhilo no one, so just directly transferring the data here, right? So but if the data size is very huge, data size is very huge, so it is a more than 3 terabyte, 1 terabyte. So then in this case, so only you are only transferring to here means very risky. So that's the reason SAP given the one more option to here, the client export and import. So this is the local file system. This is file system here. So that is called the USR, that file system name is called the so USR SAP trans. So that is the next one. So here from here to here you are exporting, then from here to here you need to import it here. But both the time to transferring the data to the both the main aim is here export import method are so export and import method are remote client copy. The both the main aim is to transfer the data to the how you are transferring. You are only person you are transferring the data directly to the target. That is fine. But you are in middle. You are handovering to the some other person. Maybe Hyderabad to Bangalore. There is a Jadcherla or Anantapur in the middle. You are transferring to the one person from here to here. You are transferring to the one more person, right? So that is called the that is called the export import method here, right? So here there is a RFC connectivity is required here. Here transferring the data, there should be RFC connectivity is required. Sorry, STMS configuration is required. Means TMS configuration is required. But that time I can explain more. But I can show you how to export and import the data here, right? Suppose so using the yes, this is for sir, both is like a so transferring the data to the target is right. Then what is the advantage here? If the data size is very huge, if you directly transferring here, if you have the some network issues, then entire client copy will get cancelled, right? Suppose if you are transferring to the local file system one way and second way to transfer, this is a two-way mechanism, time taking process, but this is the reliable connection. But this is the so less time but direct transfer to the target, but something happens, entire client copy will get cancelled, right? But both the copies remote or export import to transferring the data to the target itself only, right? So that is the main thing here. So here in that case what we can do here, transferring the data, So here, so we can use the SCC8 export and SCC7 for import. Simple. So suppose example, go to the SCC8. Simple. Select the profile. What is the target system? Actually, we should have configured our target system here. Suppose like NP1, right? You are in the NWV. Suppose like NP1, NP1. Okay. So then what is the okay, then schedule as a background job immediately. Then client will be exported. There the files will be created. So cross client data file, cross client text file and data. So this is the files will be created 005. So then you can see here. So there is a data will be exported to the your local file system here. Data will be exported to the your local file system. It is processing. Local file system means your USR SAP, then trans here in the trans directory. Here we have the co files and data files. Your data is getting exported here, right? This is a it is yeah, this is the file which is getting exported here. So the data, whatever the data is there, the profile data that is getting exported here. That is getting exported here. So it will export to the local file system. That file system is called the exported here. That file system is called the that file system is called the USR SAP trans here. You will get more on what is this trans directory in the next screen. Using the SCC7, so then we can import it here. What is the transport 005, which is coming from NWB. Then schedule as a background job here. Then we can import it. Simple SCC8 for export, SCC7 for import. Same options. The same options we can import it here. So that is the SCC7, SCC7 and 8 for the export and import methods here. So that's required the some RFC connections. More you can get in the next topic here. Once this topic is completed, we have the transport administration topic. So means transporting the data. That is also similar to the client copy, but this client copy is entire client data you are transferring to the target. But I don't want to do like this. I want only, as of now, my developer developed the one object. I want to only specific object I want to transfer to the target. Then in this case, we need to use the so transport management system. Transport management system, we can use it here to transfer the data. Okay. So that is the transport management system. So that is the our next class here. Before that, we need to discuss about the few more things that we will discuss. So what we have to do, you need to practice the all the client administration transaction codes here. Client creation, logical system, login to the newly created client means parameter changes, like some other parameter changes, remote client copy, export, import, all those things you need to practice it. Okay, got it? Any questions, anyone?
So this this export and import for the local file system, we need to learn in the next class, right? It
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah. Enter trans directory. What is this trans directory? You can also perform it. Go to the SCC8, you can export it. Go to the SCC1, you can import it. But where is getting exported in the trans directory? Well, what is with this trans directory? How the files are coming to the trans directory? Well, because there is a linked topic is the transport administration. So in that way, you will get the trans directory. But now also you can do how now I have done right export and import. Same way, you can also do the export and you can also do the import. Export SCC8, import to the SCC7, we can import it.
if I am sending from NP1 to NWV, then first from NP1 I need to export to SCC8 through SCC8 and then I have to log into NWV and import it.
Yes, right, yes, right. Export from here, log into the here, just use the SCC7. Then we can just, it will pull the data from here to here. This is the export and this is the import. But there should be a some RFC connectivity is required here. This is the RFC
And,
connectivity. This
and
is
I need to remember the name of the file, right?
yeah, no need to remember the name of the file. It will come automatically when you select the source here. Why? Because when you go for SCC8 here, so when you are going for SCC8, suppose here you are giving the target system. Which system you are going? So here you need to select the your NWV or NP1, whatever it is there, target system. You are in the NWV. Then target is the NP1. Then select the NP1 system. Then click on the OK. Then you can transfer it. So when you transfer it here, so there is a request will be created. 007, right? 007 request will be created. So then it will take some time. Then when you go to the here, it will come, it will create the one request here. 007 request will be created here. 007 is created now. 007 is created now. So the data is loading to the file in the form of files. It is loading file system export in the form of file. It is getting exported here. So how it is coming to the here means you will come to know. Then once you've done it here, log into the target. You just execute the SCC7. Then automatically it will tell you like, so some other data got exported and it is the this is the request number. Do you want to import? Yes. Click on the next button. It will be imported. Like this, so we can transfer it here. But so how it is coming and going means there is a topic here. It is called the transport administration. So in the file system level, it is exporting, importing fine, but the config, how the system is coming here. You are in the source here. When you go to the here, then how the all our systems are coming to the here, target systems are coming to the here. What is the concept of this one, right? Then that concept is called the so RFC, sorry, transport administration part. So that is the our next topic here. It's a linked, interlinked actually. So just normal practice you can do it. When we done the topic, you will come to know more about the how the systems are coming to the in this list here. You are in the NP1, how the NWB system also coming to the list here. So there is a concept here, STMS concept. So here you see all the your systems will be in the in this list here. So it will come. It's wrongly created. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that is our next topic. We can change it.